Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazTime.com, and today we'll be reviewing the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, or rather called Dark Side of the Moon. The reference number for this watch is 311.92.44.51.01.003. Of course, we'll have the link to the watch in the description below. We'll be going over the price, dial, bezel, case, crown, strap, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay, so as of May 2017, you can get this watch at a Omega retailer for $12,000, or you can come and get it from JazTime.com for as low as $7,490. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the dial. So this watch does pay homage to the Speedmaster professional chronographs that were used by every Apollo astronaut. As the name suggests, the dark side of the moon is supposed to represent the far side of the moon, which is the dark side of the moon. This Speedmaster is a sports watch. The dial is black. It comes in other configurations, such as just a full-on black, including the index markers and the hands as a full-on black, or also in a Sedna, as Omega has it coined the term, is sort of a rose gold index markers and hands with the black. Okay. For the dial, it is, as it sounds, it is just a simple black, but it's actually made out of a certain type of ceramic alloy called zirconium oxide. The molecular formula is actually printed right in the center. Let me see if I can pull this up here. So the molecular formula is actually printed right above the central hand, right there. It says ZR0. That's actually the molecular formula, and they printed that there, which is pretty neat. The index markers are fashioned in 18 karat white gold. All markers, including the 12 o'clock position, as the 12 o'clock position has 2 additional dots on each side of the index marker, and all of that is luminescent by a white superluminova lighting, which provides excellent readability at night. The chronograph has 2 subdials, which the one here on the left tracks a 60-second cycle, while the one on the right here tracks a 12-hour cycle. Usually the chronograph watches have 3 subdials. The one missing here would be a 30-minute subdial, but they actually fuse the minute subdial into the hour subdial. So there's actually 2 hands in the subdial at the 3 o'clock position, with a smaller hand and a larger hand. The smaller hand will track the hour increments in the subdial, while the larger hand will track a 60-minute cycle. So pretty smart application there. At the bottom of the watch, at the 6 o'clock position, we have the date shown by aperture. Okay, moving on to the bezel now. The bezel is again a black zirconium oxide ceramic. It has the tachymeter scale engraved by laser, and then that engravings are then coated in a matte chrome nitrate, which contrasts against that high polished bezel. As you can see, very beautiful, very reflective. For the case size you're dealing with here is a 44.25 millimeter case, so it's 44.25 millimeter case in diameter from my index finger to my thumb here. The thickness of the watch, unfortunately, is 16 millimeters thick, and that's because at the bottom you see here there's actually a sapphire crystal case back that protrudes from the back side that adds 2 more millimeters of thickness to that. Though overall the watch is incredibly light, and that's because the case, once again, is made out of a black zirconium oxide ceramic. The alloy itself is heated to a 1400 Celsius or 2552 Fahrenheit temperature, then machined with diamond tools to make the case. For that sand finish as well, as on the side here, you see that kind of brushed steel look on the side. That has to be done with diamond tools as well. As they describe on their website, a diamond strap will a strap made with diamonds will actually do that sand finish on the side, which is actually pretty cool. So the fact that all of this is made out of that black zirconium oxide ceramic makes it an incredibly lightweight watch. And we're talking about 90.4 grams in total, or about a 20th of a pound. So it feels absolutely great to wear on the wrist, as it's not too heavy, even being for those those measurements, that 44.25 millimeter case and that 16 millimeter thick case as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the crown now. The crown, and of course, you guessed it, it's made out of that black ceramic as well. They're simple chronograph pushers. One at the 2 o'clock position, one at the 4 o'clock position. Top one starts and stops that central seconds hand, as you can see there. The bottom resets that central seconds hand, while also resetting the right subdial as well. The crown is a simple pull-out crown. Has 2 positions. The first position is for the hour hand, as you can see. Quick hour, it jumps in 1 hour increments, bidirectionally, while the final pull or final tug of the crown will let you adjust these hands bidirectionally. Now, of course, once the crown is in the final position where you can adjust the hands bidirectionally, the seconds hand in the subdial will stop, and that lets you set the time for precise time settings, such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it down to the exact seconds. All right, always make sure press the crown nice and tight against the case, and that keeps this watch a water resistance. Okay, the water resistance being 100 meters or 330 feet. Let's go ahead and move on to the strap now. So the strap, it's actually a very nice feeling strap. It's a nylon strap, rather black nylon fabric strap on the front. On the back has a beautiful contrasted red stitching with a leather backing. Has the Omega name on both sides embossed onto the leather portions. And it is a buckle, tang buckle setting, so you can adjust very easily. The buckle itself is a high polish, also ceramic buckle with the Omega logo, Omega symbol embossed on the buckle itself there. Okay. For the movement, as with almost all Omega movements now, this is a coaxial escape mode movement. This is Omega's in-house caliber 9300 movement, which is a mechanical self-winding movement. Notably, it contains a balance spring made out of silicone that adds anti-magnetic properties for more precise timekeeping and shock resistance. The movement retains a power reserve of 60 hours, meaning that you can put this down on a Friday evening, pick this back up on a Monday morning, and it will still be keeping time just fine. As I mentioned before, the case back is of a sapphire crystal that is about 2 millimeters thick, as you can see there, which adds to the height of the profile. Has the dark side of the moon engraved at the top of the case back, and at the bottom, I unfortunately actually made a mistake. The water resistance is actually 50 meters or 167 feet, and you can see that engraved there as well. For hallmarks, the case back does have hallmarks as well. At the top left, you have the Omega symbol there. On the bottom right, you actually have the serial numbers, but unfortunately I can't show you that, of course. So let's go ahead and actually show you this watch on my wrist now. Okay. Alright. Alright. So this is the watch on the wrist. Very beautiful watch. And of course, once again, it's very lightweight. This watch feels so nice to wear because of the lightweight of all that ceramic features to it. The only downside I personally feel like is the profile of the watch, the side profile of the watch. As you can see, that thickness, it really protrudes above the wrist. Won't fit under the suit cuffs, dress cuffs very nicely. Okay. So if you're interested in purchasing this model or any other models for the lowest possible price, check out our website at JazTime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. We offer free shipping and a 1-year warranty. And if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. We got lots more to show you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.